I wouldn't choose a book to do. I wouldn't have chosen Fault in Our Stars if I thought we had to change a lot of it. You know what I mean? It's like I'm not interested in fan fiction, and I'm really only interested in doing book adaptations where what you're seeing for the most part is the book. I don't really see a reason to take a book that could be a good movie if you changed a bunch of stuff. So like I'm really looking for books that the transfer process retains most of what's there.
Hi, it's great to talk to you, Josh. How are you keeping? It's Sean Sanjay and FM 104 in Dublin.
Hey, so nice to meet you, sir. How you doing?
I'm brilliant, and all the better after seeing this movie. I thought it was so good. So I wanted to
Oh,
start
thank you.
with the beginnings of this. I mean, the idea was the script. What made you think that this Regretting You book, which obviously is a hit classic, would make such a good film? Because it works so well. But you must have known this before you decided to be the director of it.
I mean, look, I'm always just attracted to really, I like coming of age stories. And my first movie is similar to this in a lot of ways in terms of it's about parents and their children. You know, it's about Greg Kinnear and Jennifer Connelly are the parents, Nat Wolff and Lily Collins are their kids, and it sort of follows both their stories through sort of a messy family situation. So
Yeah.
I tend to like stuff like this, and I tend to love movies, coming of age movies about teenagers and about those moments in people's lives where they realize that their parents are human and fallible for the first time. Um,
Yeah.
and first love and all those things, and movies that I really feel like I can really put music in the way that I want to. So I'm
Yeah.
always looking for those sort of things, you know, and emotional and character driven and performance driven and all that.
And it becomes relatable to everybody because of that. Because even in this movie, you've got the parents and their relationships, and you've got also the younger people and their relations, and then the relationship between the parent and the child. I was wondering how important, I'm sure it's vitally important, is the casting in these movies. Because, and I wondered also, just before you answer, McKenna Grace and Mason, I mean, obviously amazing chemistry between them, James Franco and Allison Williams, amazing. Is there chemistry reads before you actually cast people, or do you know the chemistry is going to be there?
No, again, we didn't do any chemistry reads for this because all these actors have done so much work that it's like I don't need to see them. Plus, the key to Mason and McKenna is they already knew each other. So they had actually shot something that won't come out till after ours, where they had done a little something together and they had become friendly. So they actually became such good friends over the course of the year leading up to making the movie that by the time they got to set, you would think they'd known each other their whole lives. Um,
Yeah.
so we were lucky in that way. But I mean, casting is the most important thing after the script, you know? It's like
Yeah.
it's its own special alchemy, and it's like you have to have the right people. And again, not just the one right person, like they have to be the right people together, especially for an ensemble like this. And each of them is bringing something to the table, and each of them is bringing that piece of the pie, you know, that piece of what you're trying to stew together.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I've always been very lucky since my very first film that I have only worked with the very best actors in town. I mean, I've been very lucky that just every cast that I've ever had has been phenomenal.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
know, I've been blessed in that way. So I do have an you could say I have an eye or a taste for a certain kind of actor, and I tend to look for them.
Yeah, you really do. I mean, The Fault in Our Stars is an absolute classic. Shailene Woodley and Enzel went on to huge things. I
And
mean,
but do you know why I put Willem Dafoe and Laura Dern in Fault in Our Stars? from a
why?
from a from a from David Lynch's Wild at Heart that I had on VHS when I was 12. And it's like, do you know how many times I watched Wild at Heart and saw Laura Dern and Willem Dafoe in there together? And I was like, what would be fucked up if we put them in this movie together, in this sweet movie, when they'd been in this harrowing movie together so many years ago? You know, so like I'm always thinking about actors that I loved growing up, you know.
Okay. And do you worry at all? Worry is a strong word, but like there is obviously a huge fan base of the book. So when you do something that's the film version, you're going to have all these people who just go in fresh who haven't read the book, but you're going to have all these people who are, that's not how I pictured that scene. Or do you know, do you
Oh,
put that out of your mind, or do you think of
I
that when
don't
you're coming?
I don't think about that stuff that much because I wouldn't choose a book to do. I wouldn't have chosen Fault in Our Stars if I thought we had to change a lot of it. You know what I mean? It's like I'm not interested in fan fiction, and I'm really only interested in doing book adaptations where what you're seeing for the most part is the book. I don't really see a reason to take a book that could be a good movie if you changed a bunch of stuff. So like I'm really looking for books that the transfer process retains most of what's there. Is
Okay.
and all
Okay.
you can do is but you believe all the actors go and read everything, and they're bringing in through osmosis things as well that they're bringing to it that you're not thinking about. So you're just hoping that everybody's telekinetically linked trying to make this thing.
Listen, it's a pleasure to talk to you. Love the movie. Thanks so much for taking the
Oh,
time,
thank
Josh.
you. I really appreciate it.